This is a series where I'm going to go out on the Chesapeake Bay and try to catch some fish to go ahead and do a catch and cook. And today's goal is to catch a striped bass. Now, the striped bass season just opened a few days ago, and I'm headed to an early season spot right now where hopefully I can catch one of these fish, bring it home, and cook it up.
All right. The problem is the wind is kind of pushing us towards these rocks, so we're gonna have to watch where we go. But basically, I'm just gonna hop this jig along the bottom. It's opening day. Well, there's a hit. Missed him. Missed him again. It's basically opening day rockfish. Yesterday was opening day. Today's the day after, a little calmer than it was out yesterday. It was pretty windy yesterday. I'm getting hits. I think they might be smaller ones though. No. Might need to readjust here. Yep, pull down my skirt. That's never a good sign for size. Might need to change that soft plastic out. Oh, fish busting on the other side there. That's a good sign. There we go, hooked up. First fish of the day. And it feels like a decent one too. Might be over this quick. I'll have to measure him and see. Might have to start the boat as we're doing this too. Nice fish. Maybe. Oh yeah. That's gonna be a keeper. Look at that. There we go. Gonna have to start the boat up in a second here. He's pulling some drag. First fish of the day. Oh, there's one following it. Can you see that? That is so cool. That is a pretty fish. We're gonna have to start the boat up here. Kind of get us away from this. Put perfectly. There we go, guys. That is a pretty fish. First one of the day. I might make a few more casts just to see, but that's about all you need right there. Talk about a quick catch and cook. That's pretty impressive. Let's see, we got 23 inches.
Now, with it being a one fish limit in the Potomac right now, I decided really I was just going to make a few more casts. And after the first few casts, I actually got snagged on the rocks that I was casting by. I broke off the line and I called it a day and headed home to clean up the fish.
Now the way I do it is I use a serrated knife because they do have big scales, kind of thicker scales. So I hug the head right there, come down to about that point. I'm just going for a fillet today. My goal is to then use these for crab bait, the leftover stuff. Get the scales off the knife and really get that tip going right in the general area of the spine. And this first cut you're just making kind of shallow, and then you're actually going to come back with the knife again, and that's when you're going to really run it down the backbone. And that's how I do it. Now I know there's probably a better way to do it, or someone's going to say I left a bunch of meat on there, and that's fine. This is the way I've always done it, and it seems to work out well. And I try to you'll see, I'm not just going to take the fillets, I'm going to take the head and some other stuff too. We'll take the belly, and we'll try some belly meat from this thing. I like my fillets with skin off, so I always skin them, at least for rockfish. So you just get your knife kind of a tab there, and just fillet right down, and just pull and go. And that's how you're gonna get your meat. And so you got a nice little chunk there, with very little left on the skin. Same thing here. Knife down at an angle, and then it's pushing this knife forward and pulling the skin back. That's the key to it.
Now, after getting those fillets done, I cut them up into kind of chunks and made like almost rockfish nuggets. Now, the goal with this is just to get some breading on it. I put no milk, no egg, no batter, or anything like that. I just lightly coat them because I like a lighter coated fish when I make this kind of recipe. So into the hot oil they went, and it takes about probably 3 minutes per side and a good like 325, 350 degrees, oil bath there. And once they start turning golden brown, that's when you know they're done. Now the thinner pieces are actually cooked and they're going to cook quicker, so just be mindful as you're cooking to not overcook the fish based on its size. After spending some time in the grease, I went ahead, pulled them out, and got the buffalo sauce ready because I decided I was going to make a buffalo rockfish po' boy. Now this hot one sauce is actually really good. It's got a good amount of acidity, some smoky flavor to it too. Put enough on there just to coat that rockfish. And next you're going to go ahead and get your hoagie ready, all ready to go. Now I like toasting my hoagie a little bit, just enough to make it firm. And then I like adding ranch as well to any buffalo sandwich that I'm going to have. Put those buffalo chunks on there and this thing is ready to eat. Now, of course, at this point, it's up to you. You could put some tomato on there, maybe some lettuce, some pickles actually would be really good on this as well. But like I said, I'm just going with the ranch, the buffalo rockfish, and that is about it. Now it's time to take a bite of this sandwich, and I gotta say, this thing was absolutely delicious. I loved this catch and cook today, and I already have plans for the fish that I'm going to target on the next one.